Hello again, and in this video session I will be discussing another sets of interview questions related to AS400. So this is a part 9 video. Let me start with the questions. So first question is how we retrieve system date in CL. The answer is we have a command retrieve sysval. Let me show you, which we can use in CL. So here I need to provide the return variable where we will be receiving that value. So that variable would be defined in the CL program, and here if you take F4 you can see various parameters you can pass. So here we will be passing Q date to retrieve the date. So since we cannot execute this command from the command line because we need a variable to execute this, so we can only execute this command from the CL program. So we have this program and we will be using QDate to retrieve the system date in CL program. What is the command to convert the date format in CL? Answer is CVT date. So we have a command CVT date which converts date from one format to the another. So we can supply the separators as well. So it will be actually executed in the CL program. So we cannot execute this command in this second setting, as we can see. What is the command used for retrieving user profile attributes? Answer is retrieve user PRF, USR PRF. Let me show you RTB USR PRF. Take F4. So we can retrieve the user profile attributes from this command into a CL program. Fourth question is what is message queue? So message queue is basically used to send and receive message. Send slash receive message. And another thing is, so basically it stores message in the storage pool, and then send them to some user or some system or to the workstation. What are the different types of message queues available on IBM I machine? So they are basically workstation message queue. As I said, the messages are stored in the storage pool and they would be sent to user, system or workstation. So the message queues are different for each of them. So first is the workstation message queue, the second one is the user profile message queue, third one is the job message queue, fourth is the system operator message queue, and fifth and the last is the history log message queue. So these are all the message queues available on the IBM machine. What is monitor group? So monitor is basically used for error handling case. So we write monitor and then we write some code of lines of code, you can say. Then on error block and then end on. So we do the handling here. In case of error, we would be executing our error code. So actually we are monitoring this line of code. For example, we have written here result equals to a divided by b. So there is a possibility that b can be 0. So if b can be 0, then it would be possible that we are dividing it by 0. So we can give the message, for example, divide by 0. Okay, in the on error block, or we can code like that. So the result would be 0 in that, would not be 0 in that case, because we cannot divide a number by 0. So we can give the message divide by 0 case here. So basically we are monitoring the lines of code which we are executing. So we will be writing them inside the monitor block, so that if any error occurs in those executable lines, then we will be handling them in the on error block. What is the difference between star like and star numVar? So like is used to define variables, and star numVar is used to define data areas. Message ID to catch all generic exception are CPF0000, which we use in CL program, which captures all the generic message IDs, or all the generic exceptions, you can say. What is the output key? Output queue. So output queue is basically holds the list of output or is printf files, you can say, waiting to print. What is a job queue? Job queue is basically list of holds the list of job waiting their turn to get executed or get processed or get started. Turn to be processed. Since the job queue holds the batch job, so queue batch subsystem basically pick the jobs from the job queue and then it starts it. How can programmer exit out of CL program? So we have command return. Using that, a programmer can exit out of CL program. How we get to know check object is failed? So there is a message ID CPF9801 for which we check, and if this message ID occurs, then it means that check object is failed, means the object is not present in that library wherever we are checking the existence of that object. Can we reposition the file pointers in CL after reaching end of file? Explain how it works. So as we all know, for example, I am reading a CL file using the receive file command, and then I read all the records. So just take an example, if we have 10 records, I read all those 10 records. Now if I again try to read that record, I won't be able to read that file, and I am at the end of file position reached. So how can I read that file again? or how you can say how we can reposition the file pointer at the start again. So basically, once we read the file, that file is now open. Till the time we did not exit from the program, that file does not get closed. So we need to close that file so that we can read it again, or we can reposition the pointer or file pointer again. So what we will be doing, we will be using the close command. So we will be closing that file using the close command, and then again we can do the receive file in the CL program, close command in CL, and then again we can do the receive file command, and then again we can read the file. Does the set LL and set GT retrieve the records? No, they do not retrieve the records. They used to position on the record on, before, on or after the record. How can we handle the errors in the RPG? So I would tell that there are many ways to handle the error in RPG. For example, I already told you that monitor group, monitor and mon, and on error block. So first thing would be monitor group, second thing would be PSDS, program status data structure, third thing I would say star PSSR subroutine, the fourth one would be um, operation extend opcode extender, E used for error, and other ones are like, for example, we are dealing with the file exceptions, so we can use INFDS data structure for files, and one more is percent error opcode, so we can use that also to handle the errors in RPG. So these are the ways through which we can handle the errors in the RPG program. In fspec, when you define a flat file in a program, which format do you specify? So let me tell you, if you define an externally described file, we use E, which means externally described file. So now we know that a flat file is an program described file basically. So we will be using F in case of flat file. What that means, that is, it has a fixed length. So the answer would be this one. What is the opcode which we will be using to find a previous matching record? So to find a matching record, we would be using read E, but to find the previous matching record, we would be using the read PE opcode. How does read P work? So read P is basically reading the file from bottom to top, basically in reverse. Read file in reverse order. 19th question is, what is the opcode that we are going to use to find the matching record? So I already told that to find the matching record, we have read E opcode. What is the opcode that we are going to use to find a change record? So the change records would be found in case of the subfiles. So in subfiles we use the read C opcode to find or read the change record in a subfile. So that's all uh, are the questions which we cover in this session, and I think I have already described all of them with proper explanation. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.